Get your third eye out. See the world as it is. Freedom Lakes at full pool. Even going over the belt line on bicycle path. Perfectly good place to park scooters and e-bikes. Right there. I mean, access to restaurants and shopping locations. Park them on the street.
Impacted under the ruling by U.S. District Judge Rita O'Connor. The case was brought by a conservative activist and a Christian dentist who opposed mandatory coverage for contraception and HIV prevention on religious grounds. O'Connor believes the section of the law was illegal because it defers to a volunteer advisory board's recommendations, which he ruled goes against the Constitution's appointment clause. Experts cautioned, however, that insurers are unlikely to stop any coverage immediately. The Biden administration is also expected to appeal. Moving now to weather, the U.S. will see.
So immediately after President Trump's lawyer announced that indictment against the 45th president, reaction and outrage about the decision started coming in. In fact, Trump-endorsed Arizona gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake was one of the first to release a statement, writing in part, "This is a dark moment in the history of our nation. The radical left and their weaponized criminal justice system have crossed all legal and ethical lines in an attempt to destroy President Donald J. Trump."
I spoke with President Trump moments ago, and he is resolute and focused, and he's concerned about what this does to America's brand around the world. We will wake up in a very different America tomorrow because we can no longer have moral authority against the dictators and despots who would always find it easier to jail their political rivals than to compete against them in free and fair elections.
That, of course, was Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. President Trump, by the way, expected to be fingerprinted, take a mugshot, and make his initial court appearance next week. In the meantime, the 76-year-old is maintaining that he is completely innocent while accusing Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg of trying to hurt his shot at winning the 2024 White House.
You get a regular paycheck. Then it gives you the money requested. Now, they will say repeatedly, this is not a loan. A loan, they say, requires mandatory fees or interest charges. Earnin instead asks for a voluntary tip, but you are charged a fee if you want your money faster than 3 days.
They claim that it's a way to get a payroll advance so that you can get access to money you've earned, and they claim that it's voluntary to pay them a fee. But what we found is that that's not the case.
The National Consumer Law Center tracks groups like this, but the center writes that you have to opt out of this voluntary tip. Here's an example, an already populated $11 tip on $100 of your paycheck advance. Many use the $4 expedited fee to get that money faster, and then they say free comes out to 498% APR.
In Georgia, the average tip is $2.24, and about 50% of transactions don't include tips at all. About 18% of folks have never tipped in 2022.
Here's another hiccup. Folks are low in cash. Then these fees and tips are taken from their checking account, and that is when the overdraft charges begin.
A lot of people have been harmed because they didn't realize that Earnin was going to do that, and they might not have sufficient funds, and then they're getting charged overdraft fees, sometimes several overdraft fees in a single day.
Remember, Earnin and apps like it are third-party apps. They don't actually have your paycheck. They're not in any way associated with your employer. These fintech products have been the subject of class action lawsuits. Ms. Chow addressed this with Georgia legislators earlier this month.
People thought that if they used Earnin, then there was some sort of agreement made with the banks that there would be no overdraft fees. But as we all know, the overdraft fees are bank fees. And so now, after that settlement, we have made it very clear on our app that if you use Earnin, you may still be charged a third-party bank fee.
The consumer watchdogs who got payday loans banned in the state of Georgia are on high alert over this new and emerging industry.
And you keep borrowing, and you're trapped in that cycle of debt. It's an endless debt trap, just like it was with payday lenders.
A lot of employers today offer early access to your paycheck, and they do this for free. It's generally for emergencies only, and it's for a limited time throughout the year. You can't do it every week. It's something you should look into. You should talk to your HR department to see if this option is also available to you.
Just into the Fox 5 Storm Center, an upgrade in the severe weather threat today. Now a level 5 out of 5 for Arkansas, Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, right near Memphis, and then also Illinois, parts of Iowa.
Perfectly good place to park scooters and e-bikes. Right there. I mean, access to restaurants and shopping locations. You know, park them on the street.